The Dallas Cowboys in the year of our Lord 2021 have indeed placed together and are putting on a football field.
Say it loud.
A bona fide, big-time Super Bowl candidate, a Super Bowl possibility, a possible championship team of top-notch, top of the food chain, top of the ladder.
Say it again.
King of the heap, top of the hill
football
team. They are putting it all together. They're putting it all together right now. And the sooner that everybody could come to grips with it, I think it will be better for you.
I mean, through 6 weeks.
They are through 6 weeks. Sure, Chris. I mean, it's a long season. Just take a look at the Cleveland Browns, how injuries can totally destroy your team.
I mean,
out of the blue.
Steelers were 11-0 last year.
I know that, but last year, what the Steelers had
Hater McGee over there
was not nearly. No. I'm trying to, refute him as he's trying to poke holes in the theory that I'm just beginning to lay out for you, and maybe he's a little bit of bitter party for one over there because he thought his Patriots were about to make their bones on the Dallas Cowboys, but that's another indication as to just how terrific and high caliber a quality team the Cowboys are currently fielding, that other teams, even with 6 banners up in the rafters or whatever you might want to call it in Gillette Stadium, in the end zone of Gillette Stadium, they're in 2021 saying, hey, if we're going toe-to-toe with team fill in the blank, we're doing pretty well for ourselves, certainly with a rookie quarterback. The Dallas Cowboys have what other teams want. And so do the Bills. We'll see the Bills tonight. But what they have is an elite quarterback. Mm-hmm. What they have is an elite running game. What they have is an elite wide receiving core. And what they have is, I'm going to say it, they have an elite defense is what they have.
Who would have thunk
And
it?
this is without Tank Lawrence. Mm-hmm. They're hunting. They are ball hawking. And they have your current, right now, in the clubhouse through 6 weeks.
Pay attention now.
Defensive player of the year in Trevon Diggs.
Oh, man. No doubt.
Yeah.
Number 7 in your program is coming for that football you are placing in the air for a split moment between your hand and your receiver's hands. Yep. He is coming for the ball that's in the hands of the running back who's running in his direction. And he's not thinking of taking it. He's thinking of taking it and stealing your soul at the same time and taking it to the house. House calls is what he's thinking of. Michael Irvin compared him to Deion Sanders on NFL Game Day morning yesterday. And even at that point, I was considering that there needed to be a roll slowed. However, later on in the day, when he picks off a pass that was thrown off the mark by Mac Jones and takes it to the house to give his team a lead after they just missed a field goal late in the day, that, yes, he did have ball thrown over his head 2 snaps later, but the safety cover was, I think, is what blew that. And that led to an eventual Patriots lead that the offense then marched down the field and tied the score, tied the game, forced overtime, in which Dak Prescott finds CeeDee Lamb on a 35-yarder. Everybody go and check out that highlight. Go to whatever you want on your Twitter feed, YouTube, however. When you go to YouTube, give us a subscribe at youtube.com/Rich Eisen Show. Just go check it out. And everybody's all tight. Nobody's out wide. Everybody's in tight right around the line. And CeeDee Lamb's on the very top of your screen, as top of a screen as everybody bunched together can be. He's on the left side of the formation. Dak rolls to his right. As soon as CeeDee Lamb hits the line to gain, as they say, and you can notice that by the yellow first down line that's on your screen of your highlight, he raises his hand Randy Moss style because he knows he's got it. He's open. He's won the route. He's beating coverage. It's done. And Dak, however, is running in the opposite direction of where CeeDee lined up, but now running in the same direction that Lamb is coming across the field. And Dak throws the ball one leg in the air, leaps in the air on the run, and throws a perfect ball to CeeDee Lamb, who takes it to the house. And I will just say this. What the Dallas Cowboys have now that they did not have is a new number one receiver. That's what he's turning into. And I know Amari Cooper's one of the best route runners out there, and he's what you put your best corner on. But CeeDee Lamb is a major problem for defenses that come at you. Yes, sir, he is. And what they also have is somebody other than Dak, Zeke, and Cooper who can beat you. And they got young players. That Cedric Wilson, that fourth down catch he made to keep the game alive in order to force overtime. Also, how about maybe having the defensive player of the year and the rookie of the year on defense? How about that? How about Randy Gregory playing the way that he's playing?
Love to see it.
Okay, put it all together, and I will now slow the roll. Okay?
Okay.
Just because I'm not just going to come on and give all you Cowboys fans exactly what you want. I've got to actually tell you what time it is at the same time. And what time it is what this is also what the Cowboys did. They should have lost that game, and they would have lost that game in previous years. And you know it, TJ. You know it.
Yeah.
You know it. You get that pick six, and then you give up that big touchdown, and now you're down 3, and some mistake's going to come, right? Something's going to happen. Nope. Dak got it done. Greg Zuerlein actually made the field goal, and then they go into overtime, and the play is made, and they win it. Despite what normally takes down the Cowboys and what they have to battle and what they might have to fight through and maybe not, because the guy does have a trophy in the case. But the head coaching decision-making reared its head last night, because it was nighttime when it happened, in Mike McCarthy. I thought he was supposed to, when he was gone between his Green Bay firing and his Dallas hiring, when he said he was watching every play that the Cowboys had, and then in the press conference announcing his hiring, admitted, "Nah, I didn't do that."
Not so much.
I thought when Mike McCarthy was in his, his coaching sort of phantom zone, right?
Like his General Zod?
Yeah. When he was placed in that mirror hurtling through the football,
time-space continuum.
Time-space continuum. I thought he was supposed to be learning all of the analytics of football and running through every possible scenario that makes him now a new millennium coach, despite being as old school as
What was
he
that
seems
again?
to be.
I just want to get it accurately.
NFL coaching phantom zone.
Phantom zone.
Yeah.
McCarthy's coaching phantom.
Yeah, McCarthy's coaching phantom zone. There you go. That's a future fantasy team name.
Great avatar.
Sure would be. Yeah,
be.
right?
Take up the
Kneel
whole
before
circle.
McCarthy.
Take up the whole-
So I thought he was supposed to have all this stuff down. But when it's 2:40 to go, you have all 3 of your timeouts and a 2-minute warning, and you're on the opposing team's, what was it, 35-yard line?
Somewhere around there.
And you're right around there, right?
33.
33. And you're right there. And all you got to do is get the 1 yard. And I just mentioned, you got Zeke. Pollard is phenomenal. You've run it for 122 yards on the ground on the day, or it was probably a little less than because there was overtime to come. But they'd run it around 100 yards on the day. I don't even need to go through it. The weapons that they have there. If you get that first down, and New England's got 1 timeout and a 2-minute warning left, the worst case scenario is it's 3rd and medium, and you're running the ball again, or you're using Dak to get 1 more first down, and then you take it all the way down and you kick a much easier field goal to win it, or you give the ball back to New England down 2 with about 50 seconds and no timeouts to go. Of course, you got to pick up that 4th down. Mm-hmm. But instead, he throws Zuerlein out on the spot, misses the field goal. And to that, I say also thank you to Mike McCarthy for that decision, because without that, we wouldn't have had the house call from Diggs and then the Kendrick Bourne 75-yarder and then all that overtime.
True that.
The only person I think who was really pissed off about that was, Scott Pelley, because 60 Minutes was definitely pounding sand on the East Coast. because that game is on CBS. Scott Pelley's probably like, come on.
Scott Pelley.
I got a great story tonight on 60 Minutes.
He was caught up in the game, too.
Somewhere Angela Lansbury was pissed off for Scott Pelley because, as you all know, it just keeps preempting stuff throughout the night.
Stuff like what, Rich?
Murder, she wrote. I think you get the point, though. It's that game, that call, that moment. I'm screaming at the television set. I'm like, why are they running Zerline out there? And, of course, on cue, misses the field goal, but they had Diggs to bail him out.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they gave up the pass and score, they had Dak and Zeke, who was terrific, to bail him out. Okay?
Dalton Schultz.
So Dallas might have too much going on positively to be taken down by one of the many issues that's taken them down over the past couple of decades, which is coaching decisions late in games when you're wondering, what are you doing?
Oh, it's going to come back.
What
to
are we
hit us.
doing?
We're
What
gonna
is
get-
happening? But the sooner all you haters out there realize that Dallas at 5-1, along with Green Bay and yes, the Rams and yes, 6-0 Arizona, of course, they're the only remaining undefeated team, and I'm going all in on Dallas right now. That was the game that most of the country saw. Plus, everybody feels one way or another about Dallas, that's for sure.
And the Patriots.
It does involve the Patriots. But the sooner you all realize that Dallas Cowboys have a Super Bowl caliber team for 2021, I think the better. I think you'll just you'll just
Embrace
admit it. Just admit it. Move on. Dallas is moving on to their bye week. They're hoping, Dak will just take whatever, Epsom salt baths are required to get that calf that was in a walking boot as he left New England yesterday. Hopefully that bye week will be fine. They're well in front. Like, there is nobody in their area code knocking on the door. This is exactly what they needed to do last year when nobody was above 500 in the division. Instead, they just finished in last place, which, by the way, means you got a last place schedule too.
I don't have the patience to jack with you today.
I'll tell you.
Oh.
There's no reason to.
Nah. And you're right, Rich. In years past, especially last year, everyone else in the division loses. We could pick up ground. We would have lost that game.
And I'm sure Bills fans and Ravens fans, I am sure you are no doubt feeling good out there.
As they
And
should.
and tonight the Bills take on the Titans, and tomorrow my open might be all about how terrific Buffalo looks, because there are multiple teams that can look so terrific. But I'll tell you what, there's no way you can sit here and say the Bills are absolutely beating the Dallas Cowboys just up the road for Super Bowl 56 if that's the matchup, which, by the way, would be filled with 2 weeks of showing you,
Throwback.
where Thurman Thomas looking for his helmet.
That was against Washington.
No, pardon me. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you. A lot of Norwood.
But you can't sit here. You cannot sit here and say that the Dallas Cowboys have no shot to beat, name them all. And I know that they lost to Tampa in week 1, but that was pretty damn close. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.